Bem-vindos a mais um Royal Gastronomia. E o programa de hoje é no The Pub. Brian.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good, welcome to the pub.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us here. I heard so much about the place. Would love you to tell us a little bit more about the pub.
Well, great. Let's walk over and take a look at the beer locker, and I'll kind of walk you through that. Absolutely.
I'll follow you.
So this is our beer locker. This is really where we showcase our limited reserve beers and beers that are really hard to find. We have everything from oversized Duval bottles that are out of Belgium, mini kegs that the guests can sit on their table and actually have a keg on their table.
Okay, let me understand a little bit first. How many beers do you have here?
We have 130 beers on draft, and we have another 200 in the bottle. And when I mean bottle, anywhere from 12 ounces to 5-liter bottles.
So let's say if I wanted to work here with you, and I'm starting today, I have to taste everything.
Yeah,
I have
right?
to find out about every single beer.
We got to sit down right now and try them all.
So you have a favorite beer?
I do. I have several favorites. The Chimay's I really love.
I love Chimay too.
And my favorite beers are actually out of Chicago, Goose Island Brewery. The Sophie and the Pepe Nero are their seasonal beers, and they've got just some unbelievable beers where the American palate has kind of changed over the year. We used to just Budweiser and Miller is all we drank. Now it's getting a little more sophisticated, so we have some craft brewers that are making unbelievable beers.
Any local producers or no?
We do. We have several. We have Tenaya Creek Brewery that makes beers for us, and we also have Joseph James that makes some great IPAs. They make a great barley wine and some real fun beers as well. Let's walk over and take a look at some of the beers we've got. Everything from fruit beers to Trappist Monastery beers.
And it all makes difference when the way that they ferment, right?
All the way they ferment them, and also the different hops and barley. We have beers that are aged in Jack Daniel's barrels, so they taste like whiskey. So.
Really? I actually had different beers where sometimes even the size of the bubbles, you know, it's different. It makes difference on the palate how they taste.
But absolutely. We actually have a champagne beer I can show you as
well.
Really?
I would love to see that.
Absolutely. Open this up and we'll kind of take a look.
Wow. It's beer everywhere.
So beer everywhere, and everything from raspberry beer, so it tastes like raspberry. We actually make floats out of these, so instead of a root beer float, you have a beer float with raspberry, strawberry.
You're going to make
peach.
one for us,
We're going to absolutely try
See,
one.
I'm already excited. I'm already waiting for that. Do you sell all the beers every week?
We sell all the beers every week. Some we sell a lot more than others, but just to give you an example, our pub here on a monthly basis sells about 120,000 beers. So
120,000?
Yeah, so we sell quite a few.
Holy.
During our happy hour, we do 2 for 1 on beers, so we can go through quite a few of them. And so a couple $100 bottle of beer, those don't sell quite as much. Yeah, it is. This is the Champagne of beer. It's Deus. And it's actually made in the champagne format. So It's got the bubbles that you were talking about, and it tastes like a lot like a champagne. So if you're having a wedding, instead of drinking champagne when you're in a brew pub, you're going to have a bottle of Deus.
Weddings and people
Absolutely.
How much is this bottle again?
This one we're selling for $200.
Wow. Okay, so thank you. See you.
You get right? And you'll look on the bottom, just like champagne for pouring, you have the insert, and you can pour it just like you do with champagne.
You savor it as well?
The savor right off with the cork.
Very nice.
And then we have some of the smaller beers that are really hard to find. It's a black beer.
Xingu.
Yeah, Xingu.
Whoa, Xingu is a tribe in Brazil.
Oh, it is. Now you're educating me.
It might be Brazilian.
This one we just brought in. It actually just came in the last couple of days.
Is it black?
It's black.
Because we have a Xingu beer in Brazil that is.
Yeah, it's a black ale. So this may be one. We brought in several. We try to bring in about 10 to 12 new beers a week that we can put in the beer lockers that you looked up front that are very hard to get, and we'll actually stock the beer lockers for them.
Where are we going next?
We're going to go back here and we're going to make a beer float. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Let's go over and make a root beer float beer style.
root beer float.
But
That's
we're gonna
something
do
that
it
we
beer
don't do it so
style.
much in Brazil. We don't drink a lot of root beer in Brazil.
Okay.
But you're doing it with beer style.
We're going to
right?
make it with a strawberry beer, actually.
Strawberry beer.
Yep.
Now, a strawberry beer, it means that strawberries itself were fermented?
Yep.
Or,
The strawberries are fermented in it to give it the flavor. It's still got barley and yeast and all of those things in it.
but it's all made together.
flavored,
It's,
yeah.
it's not like an artificial flavor, nothing like that.
Nope, it's
a real-
actually real strawberries that are going in it to ferment.
And you got a dedicated ice cream machine.
We have a dedicated, that's how many we sell. So we've got our ice cream, we fill it up about halfway. We're gonna walk over
This way?
here. Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to taste this.
Then we're gonna come right in here. This is actually where all of our fruit beers are. We have everything from pear to raspberry. We've also got an apple. This is our strawberry that we're gonna use, and this is a raspberry. So we make them with all of the different flavors. So we're gonna take our strawberry beer, and the ice cream will really
There's a
react
little
with
art
it.
undoing that
It'll
too.
react to it and make a little foam.
Oh, I smell the
And then you can really, you
smell the
get
strawberries
the
in
strawberries on it. And then we'll take a straw, poke it down in so it actually goes right into the ice cream.
How do you
and
do
it's
it?
like heaven. Let me grab one for you. And it might take more than one straw to get that up. So
All right. Actually, it's really, really good.
right? It shocks a lot of people.
Wow. Okay. I would love you to tell us
Okay.
all the difference, like the stout, what's in it, what
You
are the
bet.
difference in beers?
Okay, so the stouts are going to be almost like eating a steak. When you're having a stout beer, it's just got a lot going on. There's a lot of body to it. It's a heavier beer, so it's like a fruit beer is like eating your vegetables at night. It's very light. It's like having a salad. Where you're having a stout, it's like you ate a meal. You can only have so many stouts, and you're going to get full. Lagers is really the American palate. That's the Budweiser, the Coors Light, the Miller Lite.
How is the lager made?
Lagers are made.
What's
It's
the
a
difference?
it's a bottom fermented beer, and it's just not the hops and the yeast. It's not held in the tank as long, and you're not adding any caramels or molasses like you do when you add stouts. It's just a very easy to drink beer. If you're out at a ball game, if you're at a soccer match or a football match,
So-
you can drink a lot of them.
So
and
pretty much all the beers are basically made the same,
You
right?
bet.
It's just the way that they're fermented and what's added.
And
to
what,
it.
yeah, the flavorings that
time
you're
that it
adding,
stays there?
the time that it is, and then some beers are top fermented and bottom fermented. Where
What does that mean?
You're going to have the hops on the top or the bottom. So on the bottom, you're getting all those flavors that sink to the bottom, and you're stirring it up, and you're creating all those flavors. Where a lot of times when you don't want all that flavors, you're just topping it and you're skimming that off, so you don't get all the flavors in
Got
the
it.
beer.
And that makes a difference between all
Makes
the
it
different names and styles of
You
beer.
bet. And then you also look at alcohol content. So an Imperial IPA, which would become the beer for the last couple of years, that's all everybody drinks. IPAs are very high in alcohol content. And they did that as they were shipping beers overseas back in the 1800s. They would go bad before they made it to shore. So they had to make the alcohol content higher so the beer would last longer.
Wow.
So we have a lot of beers now that are like drinking whiskey almost.
Now, another thing I wanted to ask you, let's say somebody, because I'm imagining this, people come in and get lost. You know, it's like, okay, what do I drink?
Yep.
I mean, do you do samples? People can sample
Yeah, we
it?
have beer flights on all of our tables in our dining room. We actually have a placemat that has a beer flight, and you can taste everything from seasonal beers. You can look at an old world beer where they're beers from Germany and from England, and those are our old world styles from Belgium. You can look at a local beer flight where you taste all of our local beers. You can taste a fruit beer where you taste all the different styles of fruit.
I like that, actually.
Yeah,
I
so
think this is more probably a girl's beer, but
oh yeah, no, we
it
sell.
tastes like soda, to be honest with you.
It is.
I couldn't tell that it's an alcoholic drink.
Yeah,
It's easy drinking.
It's easy drinking. A lot of those we'll make with a stout, so they're not so sweet. So yeah,
And I also heard you have great food in house.
we have great food. We can go back to the kitchen now and take a look.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. So who are we meeting over here?
We're gonna meet Chef Tim Radigan.
Tim.
Chef Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Daniel.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I heard so much about the place, and I also heard that you're going to be making a couple things for us.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right, so let's get to it.
All right.
Where we go?
Right this way.
Okay. So what are you preparing for us today?
Today we have crunchy potatoes, and we're going to do breaded chicken liver.
Okay.
Okay. Crunchy potato, it's just like a mashed potato, bacon, some green onions, and then flour, egg wash, and panko with a little bit of
potato
parsley and
cake,
salt.
kind of.
Exactly. The
And
oven
the
with that,
chicken
and then
livers,
the
you do it
same
the
thing.
same way?
Same way, yes.
So this is something that not very hard for people to make it at home if they want to, right?
No, not at all. And chicken liver is extremely affordable. A little more
Look at that
color on
beautiful
that.
color already. You know?
We're gonna make a little tempura green beans also.
Tá vendo como é que ele faz isso? Ele vai devagarinho colocando para que a massinha não saia da vagem. Now, chef, is that something as is it right? You know, fried food sometimes they help you with the alcohol when you're consuming a lot of beer and alcohol.
Absolutely.
So it develops the little layer on the stomach.
It does.
So you don't get the buzz, the drunk as fast. Am I right?
Absolutely. It's also grease also helps out with the hangover.
Really?
Believe it or not, yes.
Ele vai fazer um hambúrguer pra mim. Cara, é super rápido. O negócio acontece no piscar de olhos. Restaurante maravilhoso. Chef, thank you so much for allowing us into your kitchen. I see you got service going on, so
absolutely. Thank you so much.
I appreciate the time you put into us, and I'm pretty sure people are going to love it. And I can't wait to taste the food.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So not only inside, but you have this beautiful.
Yeah, we have a patio that seats about 150 people, and it's great this time of year.
Oh man, this is awesome. Can't wait to taste all that food.
Right. Should be arriving shortly.
We have a little boy blue, chicken livers, spinach artichoke dip,
That's the best part of the show.
crunchy potatoes. Is that a beer sampler?
Right there.
All right, so I'll kind of walk you through them.
I really want to thank you so much
Oh, my
for
pleasure.
opening the door of your house here for us.
Our
I'm
pleasure.
pretty sure the public's gonna love this, and you're gonna be seeing some people from Brazil for sure.
Great, we look forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really
Enjoy.
appreciate it. Bem, vamos começar com o fígado de frango. Poucas vezes vocês vão me ver provando isso, porque eu não como muito fígado, mas esse está com uma cara maravilhosa. É bom. É muito bom. Pra quem não come fígado, esse aqui é a vagem, é o green beans que eles chamam, né? Tempura. Passar no molinho também. Não sei se dá pra vocês ouvirem, mas é bem crocante. Bom, agora eu vou provar o spinach and artichoke dip. Tem uma variedade de queijos. Fantástico esse, muito bom. Agora esse aqui é a batata crocante, é tipo um bolinho de batata que ele faz. Ele passa o panko, farinha de rosca, que é o pão seco ralado, nada mais do que isso. E esse aqui é aquele molinho trufado dele, que é uma delícia. Ó, parece um purê de batata, temperadinho, bem crocante por fora, uma delícia. Tem que ser um pouquinho de cerveja junto, né? Agora, olha isso aqui. Ó, look at that. Olha só, tá crocante a parte de fora do hambúrguer. Tem aqui o blue cheese, né? O gorgonzola, aquela pasta de gorgonzola que ele passa, o bacon, o cogumelo, alface, tomate, cebola. O problema é morder isso aqui. Eu quero ver como é que eu vou conseguir morder isso. Se você tiver essa faca gigante, que é pra você. Ó, ó lá, hein? Ó. Nossa. Peraí. Para tudo. Bem, essa aqui foi a minha experiência no pub, aqui no Monte Carlo. Lugar maravilhoso, são várias cervejas, 2 andares, tem um piano bar, ambiente para frente, animado. Você encontra pessoas de todos os lugares do mundo, pessoas jovens, pessoas mais velhas, criança vem aqui também. Você está nesse terraço na frente da piscina. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e vejo vocês da próxima vez no Real Gastronomia. Até mais. Tchau.